What's up, boys? So we just got our first look at NHL 23. EA just released their new gameplay trailer, so I'm going to break down some of the cool stuff coming in NHL 23 and kind of give you guys my thoughts. So without further ado, boys, let's get into the video. So we get our first in-depth dive look at the last chance puck movement. So what this is when you receive any level of contact, you're essentially going to be able to still make a play, either with that's to shoot or to pass or to do something with the puck other than just getting stun locked and your guy just instantly loses the puck, the play's dead, you can't do anything with it. So this clip that EA just showed is a prime example of what happened in NHL 22. You're a smaller guy, you get bumped off the puck, and you're just standing there and you're gliding and you're just stun locked. So this is a huge improvement. I'm excited to see how this comes into play, playing the game. Now, the one thing I do have a concern on is when Ovi did that he got pushed and instantly just ripped it top cheese. Like, okay, like, is that going to happen for everybody? And is that going to be certain players that can do that? Or is that just going to be everybody? Like, you're going to have a 5'7" guy that gets instantly shoved from the back, then he's still ripping top cheese. I don't know how this is going to play, so we're going to have to see how that works out.
Oh, that's 2 minutes for not subscribing. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel.
So one thing I'm super excited about is for this last chance puck movement is the guy's coming up the boards here and he has the puck, he gets shoved from the back, and then all of a sudden he's falling, and as he's falling he makes that last chance, that little pass, and it gets that puck cycling around the net. So that's super huge in NHL 22. If that happened, you guys are both running the boards, you're not picking up that puck, there's two guys standing there, it's just a cluster. So now you get the chance of able to either last chance get that puck around and keep the play going. So I'm super excited for that, and I think that's going to be a huge improvement. Imagine if you get good at that, right? You have a couple, smaller guy in the wing, and you can zip that puck around as you're falling. That's going to be huge. So that's going to be a weapon. Next up, we get to see that there's going to be some more strategies, especially on the power play and penalty kill. So obviously in this video here, you get to see that they're running the Ovi. So that's cool. The Ovi power play basically is going to be in the game. That's really cool. But what's also is really cool is that you can see that you can change where you want your players. So obviously you can do that, right? You can, in NHL 22 right now, you can switch your guys, from the left side to the right side, or who you want to wing, you can do all that. Well, what this is, it's different. You get to pick and choose who you want as your finisher, your distributor, and your puck carrier. So let's say you want to set up behind the net, right? You're on a power play, you're set up behind the net, and you're going to be passing the puck around. So your distributor is going to be behind the net, okay? So you can set up, that that's your distributor. You got the X Factor, or that's a certain player that has better passing, that's going to set up the play. And you can zip it around and get it to your carrier. So that's going to be probably your defenseman up there. He's going to be pulling the guys left and right and, making the angle play. And you also have the finisher. So that's basically going to be like your Ovi. So that's going to be the guy that when you're running that, you're going to pass it around and get it to him to get that puck off. And that's basically what the Caps do with Ovi, right? He's the finisher. He's the guy that sets up and waits for that one tee and boom, rips it, and that's a goal. So that's really cool. I mean, you can do that in NHL 22, like passing around and getting that cross crease, but this is different. This is strictly going to be strategy. So your opponent is going to have to read that and run the counter. So I feel like that's what's everyone going to do, because they had to put the counter in the game. But if you get an opponent that doesn't know what's going on, he doesn't know how to defend that's going to be huge, and that could be your power play. You can do the same thing with penalty kill and where you want your guys. So that's going to be super huge, and I'm super excited for that, because there's going to be a lot of cool different things that each team does, and you're going to have to adjust to that. So we also get another look at the assisted strategy. So like I said in my last video, what this is basically a situation you're in. The computer is going to pop up a little notification if you want to accept lockdown defense or push for offense. I don't know exactly who's going to use this, because I don't know if I would, I don't know what the game is going to be, giving me for lockdown defense. I would rather control my own players, put them in my own spots, and play how I want to play. So, personally for me, I'm going to have to look and see if that's something I'm going to want to use, because that I'm not sure, but it could be good for new players coming into the game for sure. We also get a couple looks at the new XFactors. So we get the Trevor Zegras X Factor, and we also got the Sarah Nurse. So Zegras' X Factor is exceptional ability at performing lacrosse moves, greatly increases the ease of executing lacrosse passes and shots. So I know for me, NHL 22, I've never done a lacrosse move. There's only a few people that I know that have done it, but I've never done it. That move is super hard. So I don't know if this is going to be an ability that's just kind of chalked and you're not going to use it. It depends. If this ability actually makes those moves easier, where players that have this, you're actually going to be able to pull it off, that could be huge. That could be a game changer, because if someone's not paying attention, you're out of position, and boom, you just pull the Zegers move or lacrosse move. All right, that's a beauty. Like, that's going to be huge. But yeah, if you have this X Factor, but you still can't pull it off, like, I think that's just going to be useless. Now, one interesting thing is Nurse's X Factor. Hers is phenomenal at performing off-balance desperation plays on the puck. Greatly increases the shot and pass accuracy when performing passes or shots after counting. So that's exactly what we just talked about, where basically if you have this on, you have Relentless on as an X Factor. If you get pushed and you get that last chance puck movement animation, that's just going to give you a boost to make that shot. So just like Ovi did, he probably is going to have Relentless on his X Factor. And he gets pushed, boom, he risks a top shelf. It would be cool if players that actually have Relentless, okay, that's an extra boost that you can put on your guy to make that. But if you don't have that, I don't know if that last chance is going to be effective. Also, one of the things that I did see watching this is they're going to be upgrading underutilized X Factors. So like puck on a string, no one really uses that. You can see in the trailer that he goes in there, splits the D, he gets a couple dangles, and he actually does get that goal. Another example is going to be Pasta, with Snipe. No one really uses Snipe. So if they upgrade these, these could be super lethal, especially if you're a player that likes to set up some snipes and you have snipers on your team. Well, if you have that X Factor, it's actually going to give you the snipe that you want, or dangles that you want to get in close. So if they can upgrade some of those, I think that could be cool. And it's like I said, we're gonna have a lot of different lineups and different things that people are gonna be running. It's gonna be hard to play against for sure. So actually, one of the craziest things is gonna be the artificial intelligence basically upgrade. So you can see here, the goal is you're not gonna be able to do these cross creases anymore. What is that? The goalie literally just stops at 2-on-1. Like, that's gonna be unreal. If goalie's gonna play like that, and you're gonna also have like gold post to post, I don't see how that's gonna be effective. I mean, what basically is happening is you're gonna actually have to make them bite. So you're gonna have to make a move. You're gonna have to do something to make that goalie bite in order for him to be out of position. Because if you don't, I don't see how a lot of those goals are gonna be going in. And I think goalies are gonna be a huge improvement this year, which they have to be, right? Some goals they go in, it's unreal. Like, how can a goalie not save that? And it is what it is. Like I said, you're gonna have to make the goalie bite. You can't just willy-nilly just pass a puck, cross crease and he's there. Like, you're gonna have to make him bite. So this next part, I'm super excited. I think this is gonna be absolutely huge. And when you're playing, you can see some little different things to help you make a play. I'm gonna let EA kind of explain this because I like the way that they explain this. So take a look at this.
They'll now gesture to indicate when a player is open and which player is most dangerous when on the defensive side. They'll also lift their stick to show when they're taking a line change. These moments all lead to more authentic on-ice interactions and dynamic gameplay.
I think that is cool. Your players are going to tell you who's open, when they're changing, and then when you're on defense, who is basically the most threat, in the defensive zone. I think that's cool. So especially now, like you pass the guy with the boards by your bench, and he's just standing there, and boom, he changes. So now he's basically going to tell you when you're changing, so you don't pass to him and you can pass to somebody else. That's cool. That's a cool improvement. So I'm excited to basically see that in 23. This last part here, they updated the pass assist. How many countless times this year were you skating and you're skating, let's say, up the left side of the boards, you have the puck on your left hand side and you pass behind you, that puck is just piss missiled to your zone, the play's blown up. Like, no, now you're going to be able to make that pass, right? It's not going to be easy, but it's not going to be super hard. Like, there's just a little bit more of assist to you to make that play. So I think that's gonna be a lot. I even do that myself. I love to skate up and drop it back to my defenseman, or if I'm skating up, I like to shimmy this way and come around and pass back. I like to pass back. That's one thing that I do. So to get that little extra assist to make sure that play is gonna happen, especially when you're in these high-end games, you're just passing the puck around. Everyone's getting shots, and it's gonna be nice to know that that puck's not going to be going back in the zone half the time. I'm not saying it's not going to. You still have to make sure you pass it correctly and on target, but there's just a little more of an assist. I think that is huge, and passing this year is going to be, it's going to be improved from last year. It's going to be a little more crisper and cleaner rather than kind of just like wishy-washy, in my opinion. Well, guys, there it is. That's the NHL 23 gameplay trailer. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm excited for 23. I've seen some good things, but obviously let's not go crazy here. We still gotta play it. We still gotta test it. So if you guys enjoyed the stuff, I appreciate it if you liked the video, and also subscribe to the channel because I'm doing a lot more stuff on this channel here. So again, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, boys.